settle in for a night at the theater. The stage is set, the broader script's written, but your choices shape how other characters react to you. You can lose friends, respect, and the moral high ground. Can't lose the game. You're the star, playing our three main characters. Blogger Romana T, print reporter Jack Bellet, and detective Casey Gaddis. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prologue Theater welcomes you to this production. Please, no videos or flash photography. Enjoy the show. Another beautiful Florida sunset, tainted by a dangling corpse. Jim Larmer, janitor at Chief Roadside's Wonderland, finds a new mess to clean. The demise of has-been Hollywood star Tag Kern. It's a horrible job on the best of days.
Shit, not again.
Meanwhile, on I-95, Romana Teague, stuck in traffic, dodging her editor, hunting for a last chance.
Not much else to do while the traffic crawls.
So young and soon to be so unemployed.
Cypress Knee's not far. This story could save my ass with Lenny.
The traffic doesn't seem to be in any hurry to break gridlock.
I didn't think it would take him so long to call. I'll get the story nailed down first.
Romana T, better known as Phaedra. Top blogger at FanRage for the past 3 years. And you're only 20.
Not bad on the Kardashian fame scale.
Always great to meet fans who don't drool much. Why am I here?
You've been in the thick of the current story.
That's what I do. Or did. Once upon a time, anyway.
Good gig?
It's even less glamorous than it sounds.
We've got some questions.
Not a lot of people left to give answers.
That's on you,
I had help.
Why'd you get sacked?
I was in a hurry. Took a source at their word for a story. Published on a blog without verifying. Stupid mistake.
Your editor must have been furious.
It's done. Can't undo it.
So, that's what it takes to lose a job you can do in pajamas.
Let's start from the top. You were in traffic outside Jacksonville 2 days ago when you heard the news, right?
Yeah, the internet went nuts over another dead actor. Tag Kern killed himself, they said. But that wasn't even the real story. 3 years I've been blogging for FanRage. Guess Kern's death is my last hurrah. Or maybe it saves my job. Or lands me a new one somewhere else. I remember hearing about an incestuous family living in an old school bus here once. Headlines back in 2004 talked about Aunt Mom and Uncle Dad. Hi, Lenny.
Finally answering your phone. I've spent all day with lawyers thanks to your colossal shitstorm.
And I'm really sorry about the mess, Lenny.
Deandra Alistair's people are talking civil action, Romana. It's gonna get ugly. How did this happen?
A maid at the Teal Towers told me she saw Deandra making out with Angie.
Yeah, I read the story. So did a million other people. She's not gay. TV's favorite mom.
Yeah, I know, that's horrible.
You screwed up before, but never anything of this magnitude.
Go big or go home, yeah?
You're on your ninth flight, kitty. Tell me, how you plan to justify your phony baloney job now?
I'm at ground zero for the death of Tad Kern.
Get something online soon. Make it good. And no more mistakes.
I can make sure it's interesting, or I can make sure it's correct. No guarantees for both.
Don't support the tyranny of institutional racism. Chief Roadsides is a culturally insensitive relic.
It's tacky, sure, but it's mostly harmless.
How can you say it's harmless? It depicts Native Americans with demeaning stereotypes.
If you weep a single tear when you say that, I bet it'd be super effective.
Seriously?
I'm here about Tad Kern anyway.
Oh, right, you're that blogger. Phaedra? I read your stuff. I fell for that hoax last year, too. Thought Jim Larman was yanking my chain when he told me.
What's with the fancy motor coach?
Those folks are with the Church of Us. You know, the Weists. Kern was one of them.
Maybe they can tell me more.
Maybe. Or maybe they'll try to brainwash you into joining their crazy cult.
I'm not worried about that. Never been much of a joiner.
You're a prismatic, at the very least.
It's the hair, right?
Really, I was talking about your eyes.
I've got a few questions about Tad Kern.
I'll answer what I can. But first, won't you get a reading of your opto levels?
An opto, was it?
The test measures your status within the Church of Us. The lowest possible level is primordial. The highest rank one may attain is dark matter.
Gotcha.
Will you take the test? It's a one-time offer, I'm afraid.
Sure. Let's get on with it. But I really can't stand blood. One day I'll be middle-aged too. see who owns the phone, and try to return it to them. Nothing Canadian, though. That secondhand notebook computer I used to start my first blog. I won't mind the wrinkles.
Well, at least you tried. That goes a long way with the boss. He'll catch up with you later to talk about Kern.
Maybe I'll do better on another go-round.
Later, Phaedra.
All right, time to chat with the man who found Kern dangling from that tower.
Remy bet you didn't know. You can't put a convenience store close to a supermarket in Indonesia.
That's good to know.
Remy always happy to help.
Stay spicy, dude.
I watched Apollo 11 launch from that tower back when I was your age.
That rocket must have been really small to fit on that tower before launch.
You should have seen the guys inside.
Can you confirm that the man hanging from the tower tonight was Tad Kern?
Sure looked like him. Had a wallet with his driver's license inside, too.
Was Kern alone?
Nope, he was here with some folks from the Red Eclipse movie studio. Location filming, I think.
Did you notice anything strange before Kern died?
Not really. Saw him leaving Hungry Chiefs after an early dinner. Is that weird?
Any idea why Kern killed himself?
Have you seen his latest movies?
Did Kern scream at the last second? Like, maybe he changed his mind?
That's a morbid question. But no, he didn't scream. Not that I heard.
Are the Red Eclipse folks still here?
No, I think so. Last I saw, they were hanging out at Hungry Chiefs.
Really? They're just sitting around some dusty, greasy spoon?
Hey, some people drown their sorrows in a bottle of beer. Others gorge on Scout burgers and supersized sodas.
Never change. Better get what I can to the blog before Lenny pops an aneurysm.
Miss T, you certainly didn't waste any time getting here. But that's the way you work, right? Always in a hurry.
Enough chit-chat. Did Kern say or do anything that seemed suicidal?
Honestly, he seemed broody. Tag lost a lot of confidence after Dystopic 12 and Meacham.
Don't you think you should have seen this coming?
Maybe I should have. I feel terrible about it. If I'd known better, I could have reached out.
Did Kern eat everything on his plate? Did he order dessert?
Weird question. He didn't have much of an appetite. I'm curious about something, though. Saw your post. Might have cut close to the bone for some of us. Tina especially. Have a heart, lady.
Good talk. Sometimes I think ZTM gave you a raw deal when they called you Hollywood's emptiest suit.
Remy bet you didn't know all Spanish moss comes from one ancient dude's beard. He chased a girl up a tree.
Wait. Didn't I just see you over at the Fun and Fuel?
Remy gets around.
Do you think staying in this horrible place might drive a man to kill himself? I've only been here a few minutes, and at the very least, I want to cancel my Facebook account.
Hey, Chief Roadside's his home, especially when Remy gets evicted.
You saw Kern before he died, didn't you?
Sure did. Served him a Scout Burger special. Fresh meat and everything. He ate like a hungry raccoon.
Did Kern seem upset? Depressed? Angry?
Remy might have made him a little mad. Told him how awful Meacham was.
I hear that a lot.
Might be mean, but it's true. Oh, by the way, Remy heard Cordray talking about you. He wanted a word.
I can't believe this is happening.
Do you plan to cash in on his death with a kiss and tell memoir?
I'm offended you'd even ask.
What's it like, being with a guy who's so tiny? Does he keep falling off? Did that make him sad?
We weren't physical. Not lately. He said he wanted some space to maximize his opto levels. Oh, by the way...
Yes?
What right do you have to say Tag was all alone, that no one tried to save him? I loved him. He didn't need saving. This is all wrong.
Pineapple.
It's such a tragedy. What happened to your mother? She deserved better.
What do you know about her?
A private investigator named Casey Gaddis exposed an affair between her and a good friend of mine.
I've read the archives. So what?
The studio hired him to investigate Kern's death.
That seems awfully convenient.
Some might call it fate. An opportunity to set things right. Justice delayed is still justice.
What can you tell me about Kern?
I can tell you that he held a ranking of dark matter, a rarity among those in the Church of Us.
How big is the Church of Us?
We've got 6 million members worldwide at last count, growing every day. Such a pleasing sight.
Mixed opinions about Kern's death, obviously. Miller, the movie director, claimed Kern was depressed. Tina Gray thought Kern seemed happy. Remy seemed mostly neutral, except when it came to Meacham. Miller didn't think Kern had an appetite, but Remy described a pretty big last meal. And what's the deal with creepy Gordon Cordray? Might have to call her about him. Surprise! First call home in a couple of years.
Tell us about this source of yours, the one who calls himself Anonymous.
He texted me out of the blue. I know you find people better than I know Anonymous.
Do you realize how much trouble you've caused?
Oh, I'm just getting started.
Earlier, at Trail's End in Cypress Knee, another death investigation.
One more item for the Count Blotter and the Cypress Knee notice. Wonder what happened here. I wish I didn't have to bring Reggie to a crime scene when I promised him ice cream.
Is that man really dead, Daddy?
Yeah. Stay here while I talk to Ozzy, okay?
Okay. but then ice cream. You promised.
Evening, Jack.
Hey, Ozzy, tell me the news.
Mr. Swayhill here tried to bore a hole in his engine block with a .22 caliber pistol. Ricochet, right through the left eye.
Natural selection at work, ladies and gentlemen.
I know, right?
Anything else?
About Swayhill, no. But I was curious. What brought you back to Cypress Knee? I figured you'd be on to much bigger things.
I pissed off the wrong people.
Hang on a second there, Jack. Sounds like we got another burglar at Chief Roadsides. Someone famous. Might be Bieber.
Jackson Lawrence Bellet, you brought our son to a crime scene?
Tamara, I just stopped by to ask Ozzy a couple of questions. Reggie's staying back, he can't see anything.
I want to be able to trust you, Jack, but you're so irresponsible.
You can't judge me. You've never really known me.
Yeah, right.
We're better than this, Tam. If you want to win, you win. I just want to stay in Reggie's life.
Not sure that's a good idea.
Try to take him if you want. Truth's going to win out this time.
Whatever, Jack. You've turned into such a disappointment. I keep hoping you'll turn it around. Maybe not for me, but for your son.
Speaking of Reggie, I've got to check out this other dead body call over at Chief Roadsides.
It's your night with him. I've got clients here looking at mobile home rental options.
It's my job. You want him to see another corpse?
Fine. You'll owe me.
That never changes. Chief Roadside's Wonderland suffers from a double-edged fact. It is and isn't what it used to be. The Silloway family built this place in the 1960s. Back then, white folks really didn't think twice about whether they offended other cultures. Now, the Wonderland's an appalling relic. Most motorists zoom right by, never giving a second look. Tonight, though, folks are coming from miles around. Got to see where Tad Kern took a short drop and a sudden stop.
Some people don't give a possum's pecker whether Tad Kern's alive or dead. We got bigger problems.
Mr. Gallant, glad to see you're alive and well. Could I ask a few questions for the notice?
I'll answer any questions you got about the Golden Cypress project across the road.
Just give me the bottom line, please.
They're pumping natural gas from below Cypress Swamp for a big development project. They want to run a pipeline through my house.
Developers can't do that without permits.
Some people know how to work their way around that process. Powerful people.
Look, thanks for your time, but I really should talk to someone about Kern.
Don't be an irresponsible jackass. I can point you to proof of government malfeasance right here at Chief Roadsides.
All right, Mr. Gallant. What's the proof?
Go see who's parked outside the Mohawk Inn. It'll be interesting. I guarantee it.
I'll humor you this one time.
In the parking lot of the Mohawk Inn, you spy an official town car from Cypress Knee. Closer inspection suggests it's the town car assigned to Gary Buckingham, chairman of the Cypress Knee Council.
Guess Gallen was right. Time to find a wayward town official at the motel. Evening, Tamara. I don't have time to fight right now.
Why do you always assume I'm calling to fight?
Might have something to do with the thousands of calls that came before this one.
I didn't call to fight. I called to tell you about your son's dinner plans. But now, we're gonna fight.
Truce, please.
Have fun at Cheap Roadside.
Dead actors, crazy corporate cultists, mosquitoes. What's not to love?
The Gallant property's an obstacle.
Eminent domain's a tough nut to crack on this project.
That's their idea of pillow talk?
Tough, maybe. Not impossible, right?
It's possible. Expensive, though. We're not just fudging dates on a permit here.
That ought to go nicely with a front page article.
We don't need housekeeping, Jim.
It's Jack Bellet from the Notice, Mr. Chairman.
Huh? Well, I guess you better come in then. What brings you to Chief Roadsides, Jack?
Great question. Not much of a hangout for locals, usually. Fancy seeing you here, and Eula.
Oh, no. I'm here alone.
Two people were talking in here, man and woman.
The senses play tricks out here by the highway.
I bet she's in the bathroom.
Windows jammed, Gary.
It's not what it looks like.
Looks like the town council chairman and the chief planning officer skulking around a sleazy motel.
Okay, so it is what it looks like, but it's not what you think.
You're hatching some scheme to get the Gallant land through eminent domain.
Fine, it is what you think. But you can't prove it with circumcised evidence.
I think you mean circumstantial.
No, Eula, if I meant taking the long way round, I'd say that.
Oh, I think that's circumlocution.
It's got nothing to do with putting anybody in the electric chair. Anyway, Jack, how's the wife and kid?
Divorce is finalized. Tamara wants full custody of Reggie. So, just great.
Oh. Anyway, can we all agree this isn't newsworthy?
Two public servants conspiring to steal land sounds like news to me.
Evening, Jack. You're chumming with the rest of the sharks, huh?
Just going where the news is, Jim. What can you tell me about a famous dead guy hanging from the tower?
Hey, I didn't know he was famous right away. Imagine my surprise.
Did anything unusual happen before Kern offed himself?
Things got heated between him and a few others during his stay. His girlfriend, the director, even his church pal, Cordray.
Know anything about the big development across the road?
I know J.D. Gallant won't shut up about it.
Thanks.
Are you sure you're in the right place?
I know I'm not, but I've got a job to do.
Such melancholy. The Church of Us may hold the answers for you.
Good to know, but I'd like to talk about Kern.
What do you want to know?
Did you talk to Kern at all today?
Briefly. We had a counseling session this morning. Confidential, of course.
How long was Kern a weeist?
Really, Mr. Bellet? Must you use the pejorative term? He was a member in good standing for 11 years.
Did Kern seem upset, depressed, anything that might suggest he was suicidal?
I can't offer specific details due to the confidential nature of our relationship. Is there anything else?
I'm done for now.
Mr. Bellet, perhaps you'd like to sit and take our test.
Sure, assuming it's free.
The test itself is free. Life as a member of the Church of Us, however, is priceless.
How does the test work?
This test will determine the quantity and quality of optomolecules within your body. Our members are ranked from primordial, the lowest, to dark matter, the highest.
Okay. Sounds like home. Maybe I'm a Yankee at heart. I felt like it. They're helping orphans. Good for them. Well, took him long enough. Hey, Ross. I'm on the scene at Chief Roadsides.
Inmates running the asylum over there, or what?
The Kern story has been scooped, but I got a lead on government corruption.
Listen to me. If it bleeds, it leads. I want a story on Kern. Hell, I could even use some inches on Swale.
I know, but I caught Gary Buckingham and Euladine conspiring to seize land on the Golden Cypress deal.
Golden Cypress isn't news. I need an article ASAP. It better be something I want to read.
I hear you, boss. Oh, that was fast. Hi, boss.
Jack, good work on the Kern story. I knew you could listen.
Thanks, boss.
Why are you hampering an FBI investigation?
I think I've been played.
You could go to prison and face a major fine, Mr. Bellet.
I could lose my son. That'd be so much worse.
I was a hero. I saved lives. I had a badge. It meant something. I used to matter. Times change, Monroe. Left small town Florida, got a job as a Hollywood cop turned private investigator. Pissed off the wrong people too many times. Now, I'm back in Florida. Can't even hold a job as a mall cop. Yeah, been a hard year. caught the asshole slapping around his girlfriend, one of the cashiers. She took his side. Thanks, right? I used to matter. Not anymore. End of the road, Monroe. Don. Blast from the past.
Evening, KC. You still in Orlando?
For the moment. Why?
Got a job for you.
What's the gig?
Tag Kearns did. Killed himself up here in Cypress Knee. Your old stomping grounds, right?
Mystery solved, sounds like.
Red Eclipse Studios wants you to ask around, get a full account of what happened.
All right. On my way. Monroe, let's go home.